Hello and welcome to PlayStation Grenade. Fortnite is packed with so many skins these days, so many that you'd need to spend thousands of dollars, pounds, euros and rupees to own them all. Some skins though aren't just here to make us feel happy, regardless of the thickness. Some skins are legitimate characters in the Fortnite story, and today we are celebrating Fortnite characters linked to the story that don't get enough attention from Epic Games. Be sure to use the comments below to tell me which skins should be in this list, and if you'd be so kind to slap code ADAMARU in the store to support videos like this. So sit your butt down for 10 minutes and let's do this. Let's begin with the Enforcers. Do you remember these guys? This is a strange story which, like many others in this list, ends before it even starts. But this season has opened up a million possibilities. Back in Season 5 of Chapter 1, the same season Drift arrived, another unlockable skin appeared. They arrived in the same way as Drift, rifting here. But unlike Drift, their appearance was not a random event. They came here to investigate the anomalies of worlds colliding. Sounds just like the season we're in, right? Back then, their riot shields indicated they were like an intergalactic police force, and their description confirmed it. Balance and order must be restored. These guys were here to put right the illegal use of reality convergence. I kinda see them like the vegan police in Scott Pilgrim.
Freeze! Vegan police! Vegan police!
If you have any idea what I mean there, you have my respect. For weeks we waited for more information, for something to happen. Why were the police here? What dimensions had opened up? And will they catch Drift? Nothing at all happened for years. No answers, no development, nothing at all. Now, in Chapter 2, Season 5, we saw inside the imagined order. Whilst Jonesy was being briefed, the troops running around looked very similar to the Enforcers. Almost like the IO troops are the elite versions of the Enforcers. Side by side, it's easy to see they could be related in some way. And there's even symmetry here too. Chapter 1, Season 5 saw the Enforcers. Chapter 2, Season 5 sees the IO Commandos. The Enforcers in Chapter 1, known as Worlds Collide, and the IO Commandos in Chapter 2, where the worlds are literally colliding. This is very deliberate. The IO troops are attempting to help John Jones in his mission to stop all escapees and restore balance and order to the island. Wait a sec. What was the Enforcer's description again? Oh, balance and order must be restored. Could they be the same troops but loops apart? What do you reckon? I spoke to a few people about this on my Discord, and they also suggested that Fusion from Chapter 2 could be another form of Enforcer and IO Guard from a futuristic loop. They do share similarities, I guess, and that would also explain the back bling there. Have we found the real reason the Enforcers didn't capture Drift in Chapter 1? They were sent to watch and record the anomaly. And now the IO troops are popping up all over the island? Answers will be coming very soon. The next character who needs more respect than they get is the Chaos Agent, the slender man looking dude with an iconic mask. Do you remember the first time we saw him though? It was all the way back in Chapter 1 when Gotham City replaced Tilted Towers. Those were some crazy times. He was there hiding in a poster. Fast forward to Chapter 2 and Chaos Agent became pivotal to the story, but only the dedicated lore followers knew about him. Using all the evidence presented, we can surmise he was a leader of sorts in the Shadow ranks, so much so that his mask was their emblem. Chaos Agent may look human from a distance, but his appearance is completely alien. Behind the mask, his real features are, well, this. And his hands do not look of this world. Suddenly, a loading screen made things clearer, but also opened up way more questions. Chaos Agent watching over numerous screens. We see a sludge army being assembled in secret. We've all come to believe that Chaos Agent is experimenting with the slurpy swamps and the mythical power of Kevolution. I feel the Kevolution part is important, as similar symbols on the cube can be found on the back of the agent's head. And once again, the story of Chapter 1 is repeating in Chapter 2. Season 4 of both chapters were about superheroes, and Season 5 was when Kevin first appeared. So it makes sense that we'll see him again this season. I'm keeping an eye on Steamy Stacks in anticipation. Anyways, back to the image. On another screen, we see that the Chaos Agent has connections to Big Chungus, again suggesting his experimentations are progressing and he seems to be making a super soldier program. But all the while, a key question remained about Chaos Agent. Was he working for Midas? Maybe alongside Midas? Or maybe controlling him from behind the scenes? In one of the Chaos Agent's final acts, he created the Slurp Soldiers, a mess of human beings and blue slurpy goodness. But before we could take this any further, Chaos Agent vanished, gone without a trace. The cutscene which depicts Midas turning masks into trophies shows us Chaos Agent's mask, hinting that Midas had either converted Chaos Agent to his beliefs or taken him out to protect his work on the device and the 0 point. And get this, that theory is actually backed up by the Chaos Double Agent skin, Midas' golden hands changing Chaos Agent forever, linking back once again to the fable of King Midas. Right now, Midas isn't here anymore. Will we ever see the Chaos Agent again? I hope so. His experimentation has left a constant reminder on the island of his legacy. Now let's end this with a massive bombshell. The description for Chaos Agent reads, "Undermined the order from the shadows." The order. This meant little in previous seasons, but now we know of the imagined order. This statement means so much more. Undermine the order from the shadows. Does this mean Chaos Agent is still around and doing what he promised to undermine the imagined order from the shadows, ready to unleash his sludge troops? We don't know right now, but I'll bet the Chaos Agent will return to continue his experimentation at the swamp and steamy stacks, and I really think it's time for Kevin to make a big impact on the story. Let's move on to another character we all love, that of Midas, and a solid story theory we've had for a while now, but I'm gonna throw a different light on this. Let's set the scene. The person solely responsible for revealing the IO headquarters to us is Midas. When the man with the golden touch arrived in Chapter 2 Season 2, many of us immediately drew parallels with his namesake, King Midas, from the fable, told about his desire for wealth, which almost cost him everything. When the Oro skin arrived, we all expected a story centered around the pair, their matching scars, their golden abilities, their blind desire for power. Were these the same person? But nothing happened at all. Their similarities were never spoken of again. Then things took a different direction. The end of the season revealed Midas' true intentions, to push back the storm and escape the loop utilizing the 0 point. And this is when we saw the most important skin arrive, Cyclo. We first saw this in Midas' room at the rig. The rig then blew up and finally completely decayed and fell apart at the end of the season, but not before we saw the suit of unknown power. We also 100% know this belonged to Midas thanks to the loading screen depicting his reflection in the glass. He made this suit, or at least had it made. Shortly after this, Cyclo appeared in the store for us to purchase, a completely unique skin with designs unseen before. And once again, the description gives us more information. It told us his plan, defy the storm. On the final day of the season, Midas completed his device and harnessed the 0 point to repel the storm long enough to allow us to leave the loop for a few moments. Those fleeting iconic seconds in Agent Jonesy's office. We quickly believed Midas failed in his attempt to leave the loop, as days later, he finally met his comeuppance thanks to a chance encounter with a shark. He then returned in undead form as a Halloween menace, and he was a fish too, right? Weird. It was around this point we learned about snapshots, a clone of any character who enters the loop. It wasn't until Season 5 that we were given more information about Midas, and look who gives us it. It's John Jones, the version from Season 9 of Chapter 1. He was the chap with foresight. He could see the future before it happened. And in game right now, he tells us to keep it quiet. I don't think the Midas that returned is the same Midas. So I started thinking about this. This could simply be a throwaway line to make us all understand snapshots in Fortnite, but what if the Midas who returned wasn't the same Midas as that one in Season 3? Because I think he escaped the loop. Lining everything up, we see the Cyclo skin was teased, added and removed from the store quicker than any other skin there has been before. It's highly likely Midas' device did in fact work, and thanks to wearing that Cyclo armor, he made it out of the loop, leaving behind this poor snapshot to take the fall. Midas put everything in motion. showing us all the 0 point, where it was hidden under the island, and accidentally showing Galactus exactly where it was too. He caused the 0 point to begin breaking realities and combining worlds together, and most importantly, bringing Agent Jonesy onto the Fortnite island again, with the one item that can change reality. Heck, even the mustard we call Donald told us to keep an eye on Jonesy's tool this season. So it isn't too far-fetched to think that one version of Midas actually got out of the loop, and the one who was eaten, and the dark variant, and the fish were all previous snapshots. Could Cyclo be one of the 7, or is Midas acting alone? And if he did get out, what would be his next plan? Like usual, I hand this over to you. What do you think of those 3 characters and their importance on the story? Are any of these theories true? And which other characters should we be keeping an eye on? I'll be lurking in the comments to see what you guys think. Please upvote your favourites so I can find them easier next time. And let's break this code and figure out the story of Chapter 2. Thanks to everyone who supported me by using code ADAMARU. Here's a bunch of more legends on the screen now. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. I'm Adam from PlayStation Grenade. It's been a pleasure. I'll see you next time.